Okay, our pork belly is cured for 7 days in the refrigerator. I pulled it out, rinsed it with cold water to get all the cure and brown sugar off of it, dried it off, and now what we need to do, we need to test and see if it's too salty. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut a slice off of this, off the end right here. Just going to cut a good little slice off here. Okay, now this isn't going to taste like smoked bacon. It's just cured, it's not smoked. So I'm going to fry this up, and what we want to check is to see if there's too much salt content. And if there is, then I'll show you how we're going to fix that. I'll be right back. Okay, we're just going to put this in here and just fry it up like we would normally with bacon. Put this over. Okay, as soon as it's through frying up, I'll be right back with you and we'll give it a taste test, see where it's at. Okay, we fried up a little piece of this bacon, or this cured pork belly is what, it's not bacon yet. And I'm going to give it a little try, see how salty it is. Okay, it's still on the salty side just a little bit. So what we're going to do, at least it is for my taste, some of you may prefer it that way. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take this pan and I'm going to set this whole pork belly in it. Now I'm going to cover this with water, just cold water, and I'm going to let it soak for 30 minutes. 15 minutes, I'm going to change the water out and put in fresh cold water. Let it go about 30 minutes, then we're going to try it again. You just keep doing that until you get the salt content where you want it, and then I'll show you what we do from there. So just wanted to let you know, this is how you get the salt to the point where you want it. You just soak it in water, cold water, and it'll draw the salt out, and you just keep doing that every 30 minutes. Test it. Every 15 minutes, put fresh, clean water, cold water in it, and every 30 minutes test it. When it gets to the salt content of the bacon that you want, we're ready to take it to the smoker then and finish it up. So I'll be right back whenever I get this to where I want it, salt-wise. Okay, we soaked our cured pork belly for 15 minutes, changed water, and we soaked it for 15 minutes more. And then we pulled it out, we sliced the piece off, and we got the salt content of this pork belly right where we like it. So what I'm going to do is, all I'm going to do to this is we're going to add some black pepper to it. This is basically going to be black pepper, or peppered bacon is what we're making here. Just going to put a good coat of black pepper on it. Pat that in good. Now we're going to get all the sides. Really good to have, this black pepper on it. Gives it a really good flavor. Get these sides. Just get a good coat on it. That's all you want to do. Okay. Get this edge real good. Okay, now we're going to turn it over. We're going to do the other side too. This is a pretty good chunk of meat, so it can take a lot of seasoning. We don't need to add any salt, don't need to add anything else to it, just some black pepper. Okay. Okay, we're just going to let this hang out now, just like this. And I'm going to go out and get our Bradley smoker up to 200 degrees. We're going to be using applewood pucks or bisquettes today for this. And we're going to run our Bradley at about 200 degrees. And what we want to do, we just want to smoke this low and slow until the internal temperature reaches about 150. And I'll show you what we do from there. So let me go get the smoker up to temp. I'll be right back. Okay, we got our smoker up to 200 degrees. And again, we're doing this on our Bradley smoker and we're using apple bisquettes. So let me go get this on and I'll see you when we get done with it, when we get through smoking it. Okay, our pork belly that we cured for bacon, we took it to 150 degrees on our Bradley smoker to internal temperature. Now what we're going to do, we're going to let this set and kind of come to room temperature. And then we're going to wrap it up and we're going to put it in the refrigerator. Now it needs to sit in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours, preferably overnight. So what we're going to do, we're going to let this cool to room temperature, wrap it up, get it in the refrigerator, and tomorrow morning I'm going to slice it up and I'll be back to show you how it turned out. So, okay, our homemade smoked bacon has been in the refrigerator overnight, and so now I'm going to slice it up. I got my slicer here and I'm just going to slice it up into slices. So we'll get this started. Just going to set it right here on this. This slicer makes it so much handier. Okay, I'm going to finish up slicing. Okay, I'm going to finish up slicing this, and when I get it all finished, I'll be right back with you. Okay, we got our homemade bacon all sliced up and ready to go. I'm going to cook me a couple of pieces of this because I think this is going to be some really good bacon, because just the smell of it smoked and, you know, with that pepper and everything on it, I think it's going to be really good bacon. So I'll be right back once I get it all cooked up and ready to go. Okay, before we tie into it, let's just go over what we did here. We had a 5-pound pork belly that we cured for about 7 days in the refrigerator. We took some Morton's Tender Quick and we applied 1 tablespoon per pound of meat, which is what it calls for on the bag as cure. And then we took brown sugar and about 5 tablespoons of brown sugar and put on it. And then we cured it for 7 days. And what we did, every day we went in and we kind of massaged a little bit and turned it over. And you do that for 7 days. And when it gets firm, you know it's cured. It'll get firm. There'll be a difference in the feel of it. You pull it out, rinse it off really well under cold water, and then you slice a small piece off of it and you fry it up. Now it's not going to taste like smoked bacon when you do that. It's just going to taste like cured pork. I mean, that's basically all you have at the time. But that'll give you the sense of how much salt you have in it. And if it's too much salt for your flavor, you put it in a container, you put cold water, you cover it with cold water, you let it soak 15 minutes, pull the water off, put fresh water in, let it go 15 more minutes, then cut another small piece and try it. And you keep doing that till you get the salt level of it to your liking. That's the important part, to your liking. Some people like more salt than others. If you don't like as much salt, you do it more times. This only took 1 time and it was great for us. That's basically all we did. We peppered it, put it on the smoker, we smoked it at 200 degrees with apple bisquettes on a Bradley electric smoker till it reached an internal temperature of 150 degrees. Then we pulled it off, let it rest until it come to about room temperature. We wrapped it up in saran wrap, put it in the refrigerator. You need to leave it in the refrigerator for at least 4 hours. We left it overnight. Pulled it out, sliced it up, and this is what we have. Some great bacon. This, like I say, this is better bacon than you'll find at any store. I want to thank everyone for joining me today, and I appreciate everyone that subscribed to my channel and that watches my videos. I truly appreciate it. And I want to send a special thanks out to all the men and women in the military and our veterans. We owe them everything. And I want to send a special thanks out to all the men and women who serve in law enforcement, EMS, firefighters, and all of our first responders who protect us and keep us safe every day. Thank you very much.